Hello, mate.
Hello again.
I feel like we should do welcome to the Autism Dadcast.
Yeah, welcome, yeah.
Welcome to the Autism Dadcast. We're not that professional yet.
Not at all.
Haven't done a year yet. So.
Although this is episode 34, so we've had plenty of practice.
Plenty of practice and we're still shit.
Coming up to the year anniversary. Was it a couple of weeks away? Something like that. Start of May, 11th of May?
Yeah.
Yeah, not far, is it?
That's
12 months.
That's mental.
12 months of boring everybody with our chit-chat.
Yeah, I know. So, how's your week been?
It's been good.
You've been on holiday.
I've been to Cyprus, yes. Came back Wednesday, so the tan's obviously faded.
Don't know, mate.
Still there?
Still there.
Oh,
mate.
yeah, still pulling it off. That's good.
Compared to me, anyway.
No, it was good. It was good. Nice to get a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Back to it, back to work.
Yeah.
So it's all a
I
distant
saw
memory.
that last photo you put up was on the beach. It was just like, bye. Last day, sad face.
Sad face. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
You had a good time?
Yeah, it was lovely, mate. Yeah, lovely to go out there, see the family, and
Awesome.
just chill out for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, of course. Keep forgetting your family over there.
Yeah, got some family out
I
there.
remember seeing a photo you put up when we first started talking like a year ago, and it was, I think it was your brother? I think it was your brother or a cousin.
Cousin.
And he had
I was just thinking then, I haven't got a
I
brother.
don't have a brother. He was sitting outside with a robe on.
Oh, yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
In Cyprus.
Yeah, absolutely. So if it drops below 28 degrees, the coats and jumpers come out if you're Cypriot. So, yeah,
That's so funny.
he was kind of in a jumper blanket, and I'm just in a vest.
Yeah.
Going, it's way too hot. He's going, way too cold.
It's
And
brutal.
you know what we had then? We had soup. We had soup that night.
What?
We had soup, yeah. So just to warm ourselves up. So absolutely.
What are we doing?
I think the soup got warmer the longer it was outside. Crazy, but yeah, it was good. It was nice to be there, have a little bit of a break, and
Good.
We're back to it, aren't we?
Well, it's funny because I was just going to say, like, on the last one we did, we were like, oh, Andy's back. Yeah,
Yes.
you're back. And then you fucked off again.
And I fucked off again, yeah, absolutely. But I am back for the foreseeable future.
Oh, great. That's good to know, mate.
I think the public demanded it, so I had to.
They were
come
like,
back
where's
here.
Andy? We need Andy.
I think we had one person go, "Where's Andy?"
did
Actually
actually,
been
yeah.
replaced
Yeah.
by your wife.
Yeah. What was the question? It wasn't even Andy. It was, is the other man going to be back on?
The other man.
He was
The
only
other man.
one episode with Mish, and they're like, where's the other man?
Ant and Dec, you can't tell them apart. But no, we had an interesting weekend. We had the Guardian come to your house to do some photos. And,
Yeah. God, that was
by
funny.
looking at the photos that he made us take, I might have replaced your wife.
Oh, mate, honestly. He was a lovely guy, wasn't he? He was so nice.
He is a top guy.
Top bloke,
Fabio.
and he's got an eye for it, you could tell.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
When I saw Fabio, and when you saw Fabio in the email, were you expecting him to be...
I'll be honest. I heard the word Fabio, and I just had images of like the guy out of Benidorm.
Yeah.
Just like string, slick back hair.
That's what I did.
Vest,
and then he
tanned.
rang, and he was like, hello, mate, you okay? And I was like, oh, I don't know what I expected. I don't know, like an accent or something, because his name is Fabio.
But tell you what a geezer.
What a nice guy. He
What
was
a
awesome.
nice guy.
And he came to my house and set up in the lounge
Yeah.
and put the backdrop up, the light in. He had some gear, didn't he?
Yeah. Started snowing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Started snowing.
So, yeah, the weather was lovely outside. He was like, oh, no, weather's nice. We'll do some inside shots and then we'll go outside. And then,
Yeah.
it started snowing. I live in an area of Shropshire which just has its own weather system.
Oh man,
It was something else. When
it snowed for half an hour, and then it was just
Blue
beautiful blue sky.
Yeah, mental.
And we just stood in the middle of the road on a mountain having our
That
photos
was
taken.
funny. He was like, oh, right, in the middle of the road. I was like, in the middle of the road? He was like, yeah, in the middle of the road. We'll just take photos here. And I was thinking, like, cars do come up and down here. It's a quiet place, but...
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, somebody did stop, didn't they?
A lady did stop to inform us that this was a road,
it was a
and
road.
there could be cars on it.
Just so you know, this is a-
thank you very much for the tip.
Thank you. We do realise it's a road.
Yeah.
But he was great, really nice guy. And the photos that he got me and you to take, quite close.
Erotic. Yeah.
I mean,
Some of them.
some cuddly ones in there, wasn't there?
There was some cuddle photos in there, which is.
Yeah.
I hope he does work for the Guardian. He's just,
Oh, if he
he's
didn't-
just not some guy that's decided I've got him.
Yeah, if he doesn't. Message me, Fabio, where are these photos, mate? Just no response.
No response.
No response.
The email bounces back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to. Do you remember that person last week? I read that message out, and it was about using the pronoun they.
Yes.
Turns out that because I wasn't sure what it was, I was like, maybe I've misread this or
Yeah.
something. It turns out that's exactly what they meant. They
Oh,
meant,
okay.
do not use the pronoun they when you're speaking about your son. And I went, we weren't. And then they said, okay, well, fine, don't use the pronoun they at all to talk about people with autism because I'm autistic and I find it offensive.
Yeah.
And we had a back and forth. We didn't agree. But to be fair, in the end, they sent a message saying, I wasn't being funny, didn't mean to have a fallout with you. And I was like, cool. And this is the nice thing.
It wasn't a fallout. It was just a discussion, wasn't it?
That's such a good point. Like, there's this thing, like, in
back
social...
and forth, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just a normal discussion.
We can, what does Nick Ferrari say? We'll disagree agreeably.
Yes.
Like, we can disagree, and that's totally fine. And they sent a lovely message, and I said, mate, it's cool. Yeah. It's cool. We just disagree. But obviously, that conversation, we started talking to some of the lads, and one of the lads said...
When we say lads, we mean like dads of
sorry.
Shit.
Yeah.
Not just random people.
We're talking about the lads. We've got a small group, a WhatsApp group of some of the dads that we've met either at the Christmas do or that came on the podcast.
Yep.
And one of them said he'd had this encounter with an old friend of his, and he was talking about his lad and kind of the struggles he has with autism, and his friend was quite surprised. And again, this is something when he said it, I was like, yeah, we don't necessarily tell our friends about our kids that much and the struggles they go through. When he said it, I was like, actually, yeah, I mean, unless they ask and they really want to know the detail, I don't necessarily share it.
I think I've probably been conditioned over the 5 years of Lydia's life to stop having that conversation with people because I find myself having to explain that the joy and happiness that your child might be experiencing on a day-to-day basis is very different to the joy and happiness that that we experience through Lydia. Yeah. So maybe there's an element of just not going into too much detail because then I have to give the full background story and
do we
have to, for no reason, I shouldn't have to do this or feel like this, but to explain.
Yeah. And maybe we don't want to. No, subconsciously, maybe there's something that makes us not want to go through all of it.
Stop interacting and doing that.
And not list the stuff that we
maybe if they were neurotypical, it would then be, my kid does that, or mine does this. I'm just like, we've got some common ground.
Yeah, that's it. And
there's no common ground when...
So he had this... So he was having this conversation, and then a lady overheard the conversation, and from what he said, it sounded like she just decided to interject into the conversation.
Nice.
She heard the word autism and child, and she was like, "Are you talking about autism? Is your child autistic?" And he said, "Yeah, is he verbal? No, he's non-verbal. He struggles with this, that, and the other." And then she said, "I've got an autistic child." And he was like, "Oh wow, really showed an interest." Oh,
yeah.
Wow, okay,
ground.
great.
Yeah.
So, do you mind me asking, like, kind of what they're like and what the struggles are and all this kind of stuff? And he said, is your kid non-verbal as well? And no, he's verbal. Like, oh, okay. And what is he in a mainstream school or a specialist school? No, he's in a specialist school. Oh, how's he getting on? Oh, top of his class. And he said, oh, that's great. And she just switched and was like, yeah. She just switched and went, what do you mean great? And he went, oh, because you just said he's top of his class. Ooh. Just sounds like that's really good. He's doing well.
Yes.
Oh, that is objectively great.
Yeah,
that's great news. And she was
as opposed to not doing well.
Yeah, like so he understandably was a bit like
taken aback.
Yeah, a bit like strange. And she said, "Are you saying that your life's harder than mine?"
Whoa! Hello.
And he was like, "No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying our lives are different. All I was saying was it's great that your kid's doing well at school."
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Which is the normal response someone says,
totally response.
My kid's doing well at school. That's good.
Yeah.
That's the normal response.
Yeah. My kid's doing well at school. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Your life must be extremely hard.
Awful. And it just kind of got me thinking. It kind of got this conversation where, like, our kids are all different. And I think it's all relative. But I would imagine... in some cases, if these parents were to experience some other parents' lives with their children, where they're non-verbal and they've got loads of other struggles, I think it's a fair thing to say that they might find that more difficult. Now, like you said, you've said this before, like it is all relative.
Yeah.
And it's not a competition.
It's not a competition, is it?
But there's this feeling of, it's like they want their kid to be more difficult. I don't know. I couldn't figure out the response. I was like,
is it
what is that?
I don't know if people want their kid to be more difficult. Is it kind of you want others to see how difficult.
You want recognition that your life is difficult.
Which I understand. Yeah, you'd want people to recognise that.
Yeah,
your life is extremely difficult.
Yeah,
and it's not. Again, it goes back to some of our early conversations, doesn't it? It's not the life you initially planned.
No.
When you were going to have this child join the family. No. It's not they're going to be doing X, Y, and Z in the future. We're going to be having these beautiful memories here, and everything's going to be a blast. And it's not like that, is it? So maybe it is just that. Don't say my life is good.
Do you know what it might be? It might be that when your child necessarily doesn't have all the obvious signs and struggles of autism, that you are struggling. Yeah. And cognitively, you're worried that people aren't seeing that it might be difficult, and people might think your life's a breeze when it's not. So you're almost a defensive. You're on the defensive slightly to be like, don't assume my life is easy because my kid's doing well at school. Could be that.
It could be. If you've spent all those years of your child's life acting like that. You've talked about it from a ex-forces point of view. You've constantly in this kind of combative state, where you're always ready to kind of fight or flight sort of thing. Are you always in that kind of defend sort of if somebody says something? But it is all relative, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Like, it is relative.
And again, our children are profoundly autistic. It has its drawbacks, obviously, but sometimes we go, geez, it might actually have benefits in the education system or something like that. And then if your child is verbal, for instance, we just take that one example, already, from our point of view, we go, oh, that's really good for you. Yeah. But you're still struggling with everything in the sense of, because they appear or come across as closer to neurotypical than our children would do. Yeah. Are you constantly having to justify it?
That's it.
It's that classic. Someone's got a blue badge and they park in the disabled bay, and they're quite entitled to. But if they walk out of their car normally, everyone's like, "You shouldn't be parking there. Where's your missing limb?
Have you got a blue badge yet?"
No, not yet. No. So everyone's kind of, you're already on the defensive, going, "No, there is a disability. It's a disability." But for somebody like that, maybe the disability is, even more hidden. Yeah. Or not as obvious to outsiders.
So they feel they need
to do it, but at the same time,
but they don't need to, or at least I don't think they need to.
In that audience, they don't need to.
No, that's it. In this audience, you don't need to. I mean,
we get it.
I can. So, and this is when I first heard it, I was like, why can't you necessarily accept that your life might be easier than some other parents? I can say quite openly, I'm 2 years ahead of you. I know categorically my life with Thomas is easier than your life with Lydia. Yeah. It's a fact. Yeah. And our kids are roughly the same kind of level of autism.
On paper.
Yeah, on paper.
If we look at diagnosis.
The kind of, yeah. My life is easier than your life. So, based on that, I would assume that someone else who's got another kid could do the same. Yeah. But that might be why. Because they're just in this defensive, almost like cognitive dissonance where they can't see it.
It's a difficult thing, isn't it? Like you said Thomas is you're 2 years ahead, so you're in a slightly better position than what I am. But then again, looking back, for me, there could be somebody that's 2 years behind me, and I know where we're up to at the moment.
There you go.
We're so much more good example, better than we were. Yeah.
Good example would be Luke. Yeah, that we met at the Christmas do. Obviously, Luke was on LBC. He shared his story on there. Now, Luke's in a real tough spot. He's got a kid that can't even live with him. Yeah, and he's had to go into kind of accommodation outside. That would be very difficult, but again, in a different way. Yeah, he's not with him every day, all day, every night. But the emotional toil that must come with not only not living with your kid, but that initial having to let your kid go to live somewhere else. Can't even fathom that. No, can't fathom it. So I think just the point is, like, we've all just got very different lives. Yeah. And again, the difference is, and we've talked about it ad nauseum, but these kids that are more high functioning and maybe it's less obvious. Their day to day, I could imagine, is very difficult. Yeah, very difficult, because they're still fighting a system. It's not just that they're dealing with the stuff that their kid's going through. They're still trying to fight for what their kid needs. Yeah, which I got it easy, so I can't imagine what that's like. Having to constantly fight and fight and fight and fight. We got it a piece of piss because of the profundity of his autism. But this is a but. I'm not trying to upset anyone here. But there are people with more high functioning children who are less likely to need the support that I know Thomas is going to need and Lydia's going to need when they're adults, because they are likely to, if not have us, have a carer with them at all times. Hopefully, some of these more high-functioning kids will be able to function in society, get jobs and have relationships, still be autistic, still have their struggles, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, and the thing that me and you have both talked about is obviously when we pop our clogs.
Yeah,
and we're
100%, isn't it? It's... Yeah, it's the hard one, isn't it? It's the thing at the back of your mind 24/7, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be at the back of your mind, because it's not the kind of thing you can think about all the time.
No,
you wouldn't live your life.
No, you wouldn't. And it's one of those things just you keep trying to push down, isn't it? You push it down because you don't want to keep having that thought process of, again, we've said it many times, but what happens when I die? Is it better that I die before my child dies?
What a thing to think.
But that's a constant thing that will keep popping up in your head.
Yeah, especially with social media that shares all the horror stories. I just can't imagine, even as an adult, like...
The alternatives are shit, aren't they? The alternatives are, you want your child to die before you?
Yeah.
That's not great.
No.
In what world is that great?
No.
In our world, part of you thinks that might be...
Especially when you're like our age. I'm 44 and Thomas is 6.
Yeah.
For him to go at the same time as me or before me means he's dying way too young.
Yeah.
But, like, it's weird. It's not something you want to happen. Of course not. But the idea of them being there without you, and you've said before, like, no one's going to love your kid like you love your kid.
No.
Nobody.
And there are outstanding people. I'll make this clear. There are outstanding people that work in the care system that will do their absolute best.
Yeah.
For I guess when our children become adults, to
even
ensure
they're
looked after.
Even with the best level of care.
Yeah.
I still can't imagine him being without me or Mish.
You keep thinking about it too much, and the thought process is their comprehension that they understand that I'm actually dead.
That's the big one,
and I've not just left them or abandoned them.
That's massive.
This is why if you think about it too much,
that
you will
really
tie
bothers
yourself
me.
up in, like, are they genuinely going to think that I've just abandoned
that
them?
really bothers me.
Or will they know that I've gone?
Will they know that will they think that I've just left?
Yeah.
I think I'd need oh, I've never thought of this before. I think I'd have to have something written down to make sure he sees my dead body. He'd need to see I haven't left him.
Oh my God! Or do you do do you do a pre-recorded message? I'll play this when I'm dead.
I think so.
Hi Lydia, it's your dad here. I won't be with you anymore.
I think so. I think that's a really... I think that's I was going to say good idea. Yeah, I do think it's a good idea. I think that's a really...
But what a shit perspective that we have to have on growing old.
Yeah, I watched... what is it called? Not The Undateables, because I hated that name. What's it called? Love on the Spectrum. It's funny, like Undateables. I used to love The Undateables.
Yeah.
Till I had an autistic kid. Then I hated the name.
Yeah.
Strange, isn't it? I thought, oh, Undateables, oh, this is great. And I didn't think anything negative about the program itself.
No.
But the name just flew straight over me. But now...
Now you know why we need to change the name of the book.
Yes. Yeah.
Words mean different things when you're affected by...
Yeah. So... Yeah, like leaving a note. That's an interesting...
a note.
Yeah.
Leaving a pre-recorded video.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, that was it. What was I saying? Love on the Spectrum. The parents, there's something about the parents consistently, unless they're just picking these parents out, there's something about the parents where these kids almost keep them young.
Yeah, I can see that.
Have you noticed?
Yeah,
they're
I can
like,
see that.
Even when the one lad, he's got parents that are maybe, I don't know, 75 maybe pushing 80.
Yeah.
And they are like, they're still young at heart because I think they've had to be.
I was going to say, you're not allowed to grow old gracefully, are you?
No.
You're not allowed to just suddenly become a pensioner.
No.
And go, I need to act in this manner anymore. No.
Yeah.
You still have to have the same vigour.
Yeah.
And then this is, oh God, we are going down a rabbit hole here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Then you've got to worry about, and we're saying, if we could get to like 80 years old, that means Lydia will be in her 40s.
Yeah.
Still relatively young, but again, no idea what her comprehension will be. And that's us talking about, we get to our 80s with our mind still intact.
Yeah.
And we just go like that.
Yeah.
One day, massive heart attack, or, you go in your sleep, whatever the case may be, and you're gone.
What's the average age in the UK?
Probably a year younger than what the pension age is now. if the government have anything to do with it.
Average age.
But then we're talking about getting to, oh God, we're talking about dying, but not having a long illness beforehand.
Oh, exactly.
What happens? We get dementia, Alzheimer's.
78.8, so
okay,
8 years old.
So we get to 80. But what happens if we get Alzheimer's dementia?
So that's if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's if you're lucky. If we get Alzheimer's dementia, something like this, and we can't then look after our child, or we start to forget we've had a child.
Yeah.
And we don't recognise. There's
and by the time, and that's potentially, let's say that you get to 80.
Yeah.
Well, how long have they got left without you? It's not like the 10 years behind you.
No,
or 5 years behind you.
No. They could make it, equally as long. It's a shit.
And this is why we don't think about it.
This is why we don't think about it, because already I've got more and more
again,
things.
while we've sat here, we think about it all the time. We've just in this bit, we've just thought of more things.
More
to
things
think about.
now, which I can't push
I've
down.
never thought, someone's going to have to show Thomas my dead body so he knows I haven't left him. Or, like you've just said there, I'm going to have to leave a death note saying, by the way, I didn't leave. I love you. I'm sorry this has happened.
Can you play this for them, please?
Yeah, and such is going to look after you from now on.
Yeah.
Sorry your dad couldn't save any money. Fuel prices were too much and he couldn't put any money away for you.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, absolutely. So it's just so many things. But again, going back to that lady's point, we all start from kind of one point, don't we? And if you have a high functioning autistic child, neurodiverse child, your life is still not what you planned it to be.
No.
It's still going to be kind of that element of extra care and that you're fighting for your child. But there seems to be sometimes, maybe competition's not the right word to use, but there seems to be kind of a top trumps on who's got it hardest in the community, which, I understand it because you're so invested. You don't want anybody to say you haven't had it hard or tried.
No. But I don't think anybody is within the community. Yeah. No one in the community is saying, shut up, my life's harder than yours. Stop moaning, my life's harder than yours. I think we're all very much, and we've met a lot of people with very different needs, and I've not seen anybody, I'd fucking block him if I did, who's said anything negative as far as another parent's struggles. Everyone just tries to help. Yeah. Even if it's blatantly obvious that, like, you wouldn't say it, but you're like, okay, that's a struggle for you. Fucking hell, you want to live my life. Like, you might think it. You might think it, but you don't, because you realise, like you just said there, it's all relative. Like, everyone struggles with their struggles, and it is hard for them because they don't know any different. I've talked about that before, like those days when we were first struggling and we spoke to other parents and they explained their struggles and we were like, oh, okay, I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to stop moaning now because holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, and again, the people that are most vocal are usually autistic. And I think they're they want to be seen. Yeah. They want to be seen and they feel like they're not. Yeah. But in our community, you are seen.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You are seen.
It's true though. I mean, and say, if you're high functioning, we've had this before where we've had a bit of interaction with adults that are high functioning, autistic, and they'll kind of put their point across, and I totally get it and why they want to put their point across, but they're often want to be the spokespeople.
Oh yeah.
But then again, I think about it, but then Lydia and Thomas can't be spokespeople for the community because they may never be able to communicate effectively. So there's only one group of people that are going to be the spokespeople.
That's actually really nice. It's quite nice that you've got people that are actually autistic, because as parents, if we're not autistic, we don't know what it's like to be autistic.
Yeah.
So we could speak for our kids, but what better than an autistic adult? Especially sometimes if it's been like, even if a child's been non-verbal, but then they became verbal as an adult, the amount of times that you go, my kid's doing this, and they go, I used to do that. It's because of this, and this. And you go, thank you.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So
my issue is only when these people speak for the whole community and it's in a negative. It's not being helpful. It's just, don't do this because it's offensive to this, and this. And you're like, is it? Or is it just offensive to you? Because you're now saying that everybody's offended by the thing you're offended by. And they might be, but it's not necessarily the case.
Yeah. It's but then again, we've seen the interactions. We know, but again, we need high functioning autistic people to kind of relay information, because if it wasn't, that prime example you gave there was like we know adults who are autistic that were non-verbal maybe up to the age of 8 or something like that, and those are the ones that came out and goes, do you know what, guys, I might have been non-verbal to the age of 8. I heard everything you were saying.
Yeah.
From the age of 3, I thought I was trying to communicate with you. I couldn't get it through, but I heard everything you were saying.
Yeah.
And that's the moment we go, holy shit. Yeah. Don't speak about them in front of them, as if they're not there, because they're clearly kind of taking it all in. But it's kind of wanting to speak on behalf of the entire community, and sometimes I can see why, because there's a kind of element of who's got it hardest. Are you trying to downplay the struggles that I've gone through? Absolutely not.
Even high functioning, you wonder, is high functioning something to say? Like, who am I to say you're high functioning?
And then we're talking about profound on the other end, and they're going, well, is your struggles hard? We're not taking away. Absolutely, no one deserves to have their struggles taken away. No. Absolutely not.
No, but don't assume that's what we're doing. I think that's the problem. There's like this assumption that we are trying to do that, and we're not. Most people aren't.
No.
But the other thing as well is, I suppose a lot of these autistic adults, they've grown up as children where there was even less support, believe it or not, than there is now.
Yeah.
So they've grown up through a system that was even worse than this.
Yeah. And that's saying something.
Yeah, exactly. So you can understand they might have a lot of frustrations because they haven't had the support, especially the high functioning, because if the kids that are in the grey zone now, the send-betweeners, whatever you want to call them, now, imagine what it was like for a send-betweener 20, 30 years ago.
Wasn't even on the radar,
I think we could probably imagine some people that we knew at school that now 100%. We go, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And they were never considered send-betweeners then.
No, but we did see the struggles.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even now I'm thinking, I wonder what they're doing.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're doing anything. Are they still alive?
Yeah.
Because you kind of go, that would have been rough.
Yeah, we've all kind of heard stories of, not necessarily people that we went to school with, maybe similar year groups that around the town in different schools who, unfortunately are no longer with us. Yeah, because they've taken extreme action.
We had a couple of suicides at school back in the 90s. Yeah. And in hindsight, you think, I wonder.
Yeah, the struggles are real,
Yeah. And a lot of the behaviours just seemed like they were
they're just classed as naughty
kids from a rough background.
Well, even us as children, we were conditioned just to believe they were naughty children.
Yeah.
That's it,
Well, because it wasn't a thing.
It's very black and white, wasn't it?
A thing. Rain Man, that was autism. Yeah. ADHD was too many E numbers. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Sunny Delight.
ADHD, yeah, exactly. ADHD was you've had too many E numbers.
Or was it the Smarties? Different colour Smarties.
What the fucking E number is, I don't know. But like that was ADHD. Yeah. Don't give them sweets because it will give them ADHD.
Too many aspirin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so aspirin is autism. Skittles is ADHD.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a It's a crazy one. And we're talking about what's happened in the last 30 years. We fast forward another 30 years. Is it going to be better?
Fucking hope so.
Who knows?
There'll be more autistic people, that's for sure.
There'll be more prisons as well.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a difficult one to look at. But I think the key thing is everyone's struggles is relative.
Yeah.
It's completely relative.
Absolutely.
You're not leading the life that you thought you were going to have when your child was born.
No. And nobody can say, I mean, this is like, me and Mish talk about this quite a lot, but you cannot say how you would handle a situation without being in that. So I think Thomas's life is hard now, and we've had our struggles. And he is super duper autistic, and our life is completely ruled by him, as yours will be with Lydia.
Yep.
Like you don't even realise it. Everything you do in your life is to do with your kid, and you don't even realise until somebody goes, "Sorry, you're doing what?"
Yep.
Like, yeah, and they're like, "That's crazy," and you're like, "Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?" However, if I was in the shoes of a parent with a high functioning child with, I don't know, ADHD, and they're fighting the system, I don't know if I'd cope.
No.
I really don't. I have no idea.
Constant battle with your local authority, no.
I mean, I know what it's like when I'm having a constant battle with Amazon doing work, and I'm asking pretty straightforward questions, and they give me copy-pasted responses.
Yeah.
And that's just Amazon, and I'm working for a client. Now, imagine something similar about your child who's disabled, and you're getting kind of copy and pasted bullshit responses back, or they're lying to you about something they said. You're like, you did say such and such. No, I didn't. And you didn't have the phone recording them during the meeting because you didn't think you'd need to because you trusted them. Like dealing with all of that shit, I don't know if I cope.
No.
I really don't.
But you can't prepare for it, can you? Like you can't get the heads up going, oh, your child's going to be autistic, and then spend the next couple of years before they're even conceived going, I'm going to become an expert in this field.
Before you're even pregnant.
Yeah, I'm going to become an expert in this field. And no, it's literally the shittest apprenticeship out there, isn't it? You're just learning on the job.
Proper shit.
And you have to make mistake after mistake after mistake.
Yeah.
And then you start to become wise, or you bump into another parent who's ahead on the journey than you are, and they just go, try this instead, or don't forget to go down this route and get this application.
That's the real value of the community, isn't it?
That is because that's the only way you really start to get to grips with it.
Yeah.
If you're isolated and you don't reach out, it's going to be one awful.
Yeah, that is the value in the community side of it. Is essentially, it's the same with anything, work or hobbies or anything like that. You make so many mistakes that hopefully other people don't have to. Yeah. You learn through fucking up constantly. And then when somebody sends a message in the group or drops it in our community on Discord, or the stem and whistle, somebody asks a question, somebody can very often go, skip all of that bullshit. Don't do that because this will happen. Don't do that because this will happen. Don't do that. Go straight to this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of save a lot of people from pain and anguish that they don't need to go through.
Yeah. And I think the good thing is that everybody in this community wants to help everybody else. No one's like...
They do, yeah.
Yeah, no one's like roadblocking stuff or holding stuff back. They're like, no, do this, do this.
I was going to say, everybody wants to help, but there's like a real... We all appreciate the pain that you can potentially be going through. Yeah. It's like everybody is like super just... They really want to help, and it's not their kid.
And that goes back to the first point, is that 99.9% of the time, everyone does that because they see the struggle the person's going through in themselves.
Yeah, that's what
they've been there. They know how hard it is, the sleepless nights, the tears, the frustration, the anger.
Yeah.
They've seen it all.
That's why like Mish likes helping with the communication cards, or like I like trying to help people with sleep stuff, or whatever it is. If something you've been through and it was an absolute fucking nightmare and you managed to nail it, you want to share that. Because you can really appreciate how absolutely mind-numbing it is, and how much it puts strain on relationships, and I mean that's like a massive one. But yeah, it's God, it's hard, isn't it? Yeah. And so many people are going through it. It's amazing still, how many, like at the Facebook, for example, like people still find us on Facebook and they send, and they still haven't found a community.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is that you don't necessarily want a community early on. Early on, I think you just kind of want to shut yourself down
I think earlier on you're still getting your head around it.
Yeah.
And to then reach out to lots of different people is like accepting it maybe before you're ready to accept it.
It's a bit like agreeing to send your kid to a specialist school.
Oh man.
When you really don't want to because
I went through that. You probably went through this. Maybe not the same. Maybe
I did through this, going to a specialist school. I wanted a specialist school, and I walked around. I was like, but these kids are like super disabled. They're like, there's kids here with Down syndrome, and there's kids here in wheelchairs. Yeah. I was like, Thomas doesn't need to go here. Yeah. I mean, he did, and but it's jarring.
Yeah, we did all the mainstream schools.
Yeah,
went around those and met various people and went around a couple of specialist schools, and deep down I knew she needed to go into a specialist setting. Yeah. I knew that was going to be the decision because I'd accepted her autism earlier on. I spotted it. Yeah, you had. Yeah. Very very early. But there was something. It just felt final. Something very very. Yeah. This is it. Yeah. By saying, all right, she has to go to a specialist school. It's right, that's it. There's no coming back from this. No. I mean, I even had stories in my head like, if she gets to a certain age and she's in a specialist school, and she's overachieving, will she go into a you kind of put these little scenarios in your head like, oh, she might overachieve and then she'll be in a mainstream school and then all this will be a distant memory and we can laugh about it.
Do you remember when she went to that special school with all the disabled kids?
Yeah. But yeah, this, it's a defining moment when you go, right, it has to be a specialist school. It can't be mainstream. This is the route we must go down for them to, again, achieve their potential, whatever that looks like. So, yeah, I absolutely get that. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe it's the same with, like you say, with kind of reaching out to people in the community as we now, a couple of years in, we're not exactly veterans, but we're a few years in. But
yeah, we've earlier on, we've met a lot of people through it.
Yeah. Because at the start, all most of your friends, if they've got children, 9 times out of 10 they're probably going to be neurotypical, or family have got children, then it's all going well. Or your mates down the pub, or your friends at work, or colleagues, everything's kind of a normal. Shall I put inverted commas? Normal.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Neurotypical life.
Yeah.
And then you're starting to pull back a bit because your life's different. It's very hard then because you're so used to kind of becoming more and more insular, closing yourself off. Before you know it, you're in this kind of weird bubble. But then to try to burst out with that and reach out to somebody who's a stranger and just go, I'm going to talk to you about the thing that upsets me the most and keeps me up at night and it's got all my fears and worries in it. I'm just going to go out to a stranger and just say, what about this? Yeah. And even though the person you speak to go, I've been there, I've done it. Yeah, come along. Let's have a chat, or I'll tell you about it if you want. Any questions you can ask, but it's that kind of, you almost have to go inwards before you're ready to go back outwards. Yeah, and speak to people.
We have people in the Discord that are a bit like that, where they join because they want to be there for the conversations, but they don't want to participate in the conversations, which is totally fine. Like you just be there and read stuff, but that again, that's just not that acceptance yet to step in. I'm just gonna watch from the outskirts and just see what you're all talking about, and I think. As conversations happen, and like the one channel we did called, what did we call it? We got one for wins, and then we got epic fails. Yeah. And the great thing about the epic fails is anybody can see us all having dark humour, talking about all the horrendous shit that's going on, and people can see, okay, these guys are having a laugh about that thing that ain't funny. Yeah. And I think that's when people start going, hey, I'm going to share my story now. Yeah. Because. I mean, even when people message and they ask questions, sometimes the only way I get them into the Discord, which again is a free community, I'm not getting them in there because they're going to pay anything. The way I get them in is they ask a question, and I'm like, they're not saying they don't want to share a story. They've just got a problem and they want to know how to fix it, and they couldn't find any other way. Yeah. And you can even tell, even them asking the question, it's like, shit, I'm going to have to ask these guys for help. Yeah. Because they don't really want to get in that group like you don't want your kid in a specialty school. It's like, once I participate in this group, I'm now admitting I'm part of this group. Yeah, yeah. And I get them and say, listen, I can answer your question now, and I'll answer it. So, by the way, if you've got any other questions, we've got this Discord group, and there's parents in there that know way more than me and Andy. Oh, yeah. And then they go in, and that's when they just kind of sit there and go, oh, these guys are just chatting shit. This is fun.
Yeah, the Discord group, man. It's great because you can just, it's free. The links in the bio
somewhere,
the Linktree bio.
Linktree, yeah,
and just go in there, join it. It's free. But yeah, there's people that are joined and they'll just sit on the periphery, just watching, like reading the conversation, going, "Oh my god, I recognise that."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a decent bit of advice about potty training or something like that, or sleep. And then you might give it a couple of months, and you just start to see them going, "Oh, they responded to someone's question now.
Yeah.
They're offering advice."
Yeah.
So it is like, good back and forth.
And you don't make a thing of it. You go, "I see you.
I see you now."
You're
in.
Yeah, you're saying stuff.
You've been indoctrinated into the autism world.
Got ya.
Yes, gotcha.
But it's nice because like it's exactly like that. It's just they've sat on the outskirts and then they suddenly felt like, oh, actually, I can really help with that.
Yeah.
And then they help and they realise the person's appreciated it, and that then makes you, oh, this feels good.
Yeah.
This is a good thing to be a part of, especially when they could genuinely help people.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't need to leave your house to do it. You just be sat on the sofa.
Sat on your arse.
Sat on the toilet. That's anywhere you want to be, actually.
Yeah.
Probably sat on the toilet if you want to try and get 10 minutes
peace and quiet. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But it is good, and it's but everything is relative. It's literally, high functioning, low functioning, profound.
It doesn't matter, does it?
It really doesn't matter from a parent's point of view. You're in the same boat, aren't you? Yeah. The struggles that we go through are different to somebody that has potentially got a kid that's a send betweener that can go to a mainstream school. Yet again, the educational struggles they might be going through in terms of getting the right sort of education package for their child is completely different to how easy, in inverted commas, it was for us because of the profound, how profound our children's autism was. So there's, one hand it gives, the other hand it takes. So the struggle is extremely relative and real to that parent.
Yeah.
You're still not going through the journey that you anticipated.
No.
At the start.
That Discord, I mean, we've got a Facebook group as well, which obviously is a bit more accessible because Facebook, innit? That Discord it's just like a bunch of mates now. It's like the Stim and Whistle.
Yeah.
Same people are always in there at the weekend.
Yeah.
People will drop a message in the bar.
Yeah.
Like, anyone in the Stim and Whistle tonight? Yeah, I'll be in there at 9 o'clock. And it's just nice. Like, and we're getting to know people's kids as well. Via their parents as a proxy. We're kind of getting to know, Mick. She's got twins, and Rebecca's boys, and it's one of the guys in there. He's like making apps.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's making app. Oh, this app. Sorry if you don't mind. I'm not going to share it in case there's like giving away ideas, but it's a really cool app. I'll tell you about it later. But he's like creating apps for kids with autism and stuff, and it's just like, this is cool. And he's kind of sharing it in the group for people to test out.
Yeah.
We need to get.
We do need to.
By the way, guys, we've been useless the last couple of weeks. Just work and life and stuff. Sorry. Please hold caller.
Is this our friend from Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah. May time.
Thursday. Yes. Yeah, we can do that, can't we?
Yep. Yeah. Of course we can.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited about this one.
We won't say too much about it now, but when this does land in the UK.
Yeah, this is an app, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. It's for parents are going to see this as a game changer.
Yeah.
A real game changer, because you know how difficult it is to manage appointments, letters, communications with all the various different bodies. We won't say too much, but he's going to come on the podcast.
Take everyone through it.
And he will explain it like he explained it to us.
Yeah. And we were just like, holy shit.
Because we get contacted quite a lot about, can you do this? Or would you mind pushing this product? And, we can't say yes to everything. And it has to be exceptional. So we thought, well, we'll jump on the call.
Yeah, because ultimately,
they're
going to be trying to sell stuff to our listeners, our community. And
absolutely.
No, unless it's worth it.
Unless it's, worth it. Just simply because as parents, we were burnt very early on.
Yeah.
Just chucking money in desperation at anything that we thought made.
Pills and potions and stuff.
Just everything, yeah. It's like being a florist and someone mentions weddings and then you can go, aha! Or Valentine's Day and you can go, aha!
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like any product and you mention autism, they go, aha!
Yeah.
Here's an extra naught on the end of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Please buy it.
Yeah.
And you do.
And you do, yeah.
Because you're desperate.
And
you'll throw any amount of money.
Yeah, this Send trampoline, this Descent trampoline must get rid of autism.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm buying it.
Yeah, £600. Wait a minute, it's the same one in Argos for
Must
60
work.
quid.
Yeah, but it's got send in front of it.
Oh, there you go. Spend the extra money. But this will be...
It's going to be so good.
When we do this episode, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It genuinely is fantastic, and I am geared up.
I know, I really want to use it.
This. Yeah, absolutely. So
I think we are going to be guinea pigs, aren't we?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, yeah, absolutely. Just give us 5% equity in the business. It's going to take off.
I think he'll tell us to fuck off.
I think he will, yeah.
And I don't blame him either, because
absolutely not.
It is awesome, and it's going to And
the story behind it is superb.
Yeah, it's very good. So he'll be on in May, which is a couple of weeks after the marathon.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, guys, we're doing the London Marathon.
Yes.
We're not asking for money, we're just moaning at you.
Yeah.
Just listen to us bitch and moan about it.
If you do want to donate to the London Marathon, for us, we're raising money for Ambitions About Autism, as we've mentioned many, many times before. We're proud to say we've achieved the target that we were.
I thought you were going to say proud to say we've been training hard.
No. At least we've raised some money.
Sean's been training for our.
Sean's been training for both of us.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, anything you can spare would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks, under 2 weeks now until we run.
Yep.
Happy days. Not looking forward to it at all. I said to you off air before we started.
I don't know what's worse, like thinking about the marathon or thinking about my future with Thomas.
Jesus. I honestly don't know. I'm hoping I can make it round. God, that'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
Is there a cut-off time where they're just like, you guys...
I think at some point the road's open.
Yeah. So we're just going to be dodging fucking taxis.
I'll tell you what, if I'm still, I was going to say running. If I'm still walking around that track when the road's open, I'll fucking catch a bus.
What's a good marathon time? What's a shit marathon time? So I know I'm at least...
I don't know, mate.
It's going to be... So what? We did the half I did in 2 hours 8.
I think mine was 2.5.
Double that is going to be nowhere. I'm not going to keep that pace up. No. You said something good, though, about running for 9 minutes and then walking for a minute.
No, I think, something similar. I think it was like run for 4 minutes, walk for 1, and just do that from the off, apparently. And it said, that may help. And the risk is a lot of people get giddy at the start. They get caught up with the adrenaline, the emotion, and go off. Oh, I'm going to go off now.
I did on the half marathon. I was like, I'm going to run with Andy, and then the go went, and I was like, bye, Andy, and just went, and then
and then people feel so good because they're feeling amazing, and then they get to a certain point, and then reality hits them and goes, nah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you do this, a lot of people will hit this certain wall. I think we'll hit this wall, but some people go, reach halfway around the marathon and start really feeling it. Whereas if you set yourself off like this, literally from the start, so you're like, boop.
Yeah.
All right, 4 minutes, walk 1, and just do that throughout. Then it should help. Cool. It might be utter bullshit, but we're about to find out.
It might be utter bollocks. Sean did a half marathon yesterday, didn't he?
He did, just for fun.
Oh, we said on the last podcast how he's just doing it for fun. He's still doing it for fun.
I don't know how he's doing it.
Half marathon yesterday.
I don't know how he's
and he's like running around with his camera smiling.
What's his channel? Is it Runner Sean?
Something
like that. If the guy has become a machine and he's just going to carry on doing these charity runs. So if you get the chance, do follow his account. But
he's just an absolute legend. Runner_Sean, give him a follow. He's his plan, and I think it's a fucking good plan, is just to do loads of runs for charity.
Yeah,
just raise money for children. I think the other one he did was it for cancer?
Cancer, yeah. Absolutely,
So give him a follow, guys. He's just a lovely guy. He was on the Christmas special
and episode before then as well. Yeah.
Yes, he was, because he was here.
He was sat here.
But yeah, lovely.
But either way, the only thing that's keeping me going is obviously raising money.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what time I finish because it'll still be a personal best because I've never done one before.
Oh, that's such a good way of thinking about it.
So even if it is 12 hours,
PB.
They've sent a search party out for me, it's still a personal best.
Yeah. Oh, hit my PB. Really? Yeah. What was your last one? It wasn't. This is just...
Well, I won't mention times. I'll just say I did my PB in
It's
London.
my PB. Just leave it at that. It's my PB. And Ambitious About Autism, they do, again, talking about, our kids when they're adults, they've got loads of support for autistic adults, haven't they?
Yeah,
so
superb.
And they're growing.
Massively.
So, who's the other big one? What's the other big charity? Is it the Autistic Society?
I think so.
National Autistic Society? Yeah.
Just nod my head. Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah. So we're doing it for Ambitious. That's how we did the Paris one for. We need to get them on here, actually.
We do. I don't know if we've got enough time now.
We've been so useless. We've got so many people we're supposed to get on here.
I know. Trying to fit it all in, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a few like
nice names as well.
Nice names.
Yeah.
And they're like, do you still want me to come on? And we're like, yeah, sorry, we're just fucking idiots.
Yeah.
They are so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like, even tonight, coming in, sorry, this is probably shit for not on the podcast. But, this is shit I'll be moaning. I should be texting you this.
Yeah.
Like, doing your day job, and then stuff at home, and then doing this podcast. It's a slog, man.
Mm.
Like, getting home, and then, I really shouldn't be doing this on the podcast.
Oh, well.
I should have just said this is a voice note. Mate, this is really hard. This is so hard.
These are our voice notes to each other.
Oh, no, yeah. Hi, Andy. But, like, coming here, setting this up, and then getting home, and then editing it, and then you posting the clips, and responding to messages, and getting shouted at for using pronouns that we're not supposed to use.
It's a learning curve, isn't it? It is a learning curve.
It is,
but
yeah,
we do need to get better organised.
That's just we do. If anybody wants to be a PA for free because we make no money, sorry, give us a shout.
You guys are just using your kids to make money.
God, we could seriously. If anybody does want to be a PA because they've got nothing better to do, we could I don't know.
Oh yeah,
buy your coffees and stuff.
Yeah, buy your coffee. Or
that's what we need, man. We need someone to
we also need somebody so you don't have to edit it. Somebody that is an awesome editor that can take it to the next level.
Yeah, that'd be good. Someone could do like some nice little videos at the beginning, like an intro video.
Yeah,
all these professional podcasts have. Do you know what it was? I noticed it on the 20%.
Hidden 20%.
Hidden 20% podcast. The intro on that, I was like,
yeah,
bastard, that's good.
Ours is very much like, hey,
well done,
welcome
Ben.
to the next episode.
Yeah, our intro is, all right, mate.
Yeah.
That's our intro.
Episode 34.
Yeah, we just need, and if there's any investors out there that want to invest in this, whatever this is, if you want to, give us a shout.
Go to www.
AutismDadcast.com. Is it .co.uk?
Oh, it's .com, isn't it? We're international. We're all over the place.
Worldwide.
Number one in Zimbabwe.
.com. Number one in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, I think we hit number 3 in South Korea.
Malta was another one, I think.
Malta, big players in Malta. Looking forward to the world tour.
But I love it, mate. I just enjoy doing it. Good. I just wish it wasn't such a fucking slog, and I'm sorry that we didn't go back to everyone in the messages. I mean, I'm gonna go in here now, right? I'm gonna go in and look at messages. And fuck.
Honestly,
there's so many unread messages.
Don't.
Oh no! And do you know what's really sad? Like a lot of these,
people saying nice things.
People saying nice things. Some people, it's opportunity. Oh, so many messages.
Yeah.
And on here, I don't want to be like a name dropper, but like there's some big names here, and I need to get back to them.
Yeah.
Because it's just so nice that they've reached out. Yeah. Honestly, but it's just time.
Yeah.
It's just time. Like if a year ago, let's say when we first started, if I knew we were going to get this many messages, I'd be like, oh, amazing. Oh, we're going to reply to all of those. I just fucking can't.
Do you remember we were replying to every single message? It would be like every evening, like a 3-hour slog each, just trying to get through messages. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Great, I love it. Yeah, if anybody does want to be a PA for us for free, let us know.
Yeah.
I mean, if we do ever make money, do you know what I'd love to do with this? I said it the other day in the chat, is like give a bit of equity in the podcast to people.
Yeah.
Instead of being paid a wage, they get paid like in dividends. So as it grows, they can make some money in quarterly dividends.
Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
That'd be mint. Because then you've got like a team of people that are all invested.
Wasn't that like when Facebook started? Wasn't there that story that went round where they got their first like major HQ head office sorted out, and they wanted some art doing on the walls, and I think they got this. I can't remember if it's like a street artist or something in there, He came in.
Like a Banksy type.
Yeah, or just somebody just like, can you jazz up our offices and make them look like Facebookish?
Yeah.
And he came in and he did it. And I think he either asked or they gave him the option, like, do you want us to pay you or just give you a bit of equity in
Always
Facebook?
Take equity.
And he was like, oh, yeah, I'll just take the equity. And now he's like a multimillionaire, just loving life.
So
yeah, when we...
So to Andy's point, if you would like to be a PA or you're a video editor and you just want to work for free for a while and we give you some equity, and then when we're millionaires, you'll be one too, let us know.
Let us know.
But yeah, we've got some exciting stuff coming up this year.
We have, It's just been a very hectic first few months of the year.
And this marathon's just... And we've got another thing going on, which we won't talk about. We've got another thing we're doing, which is a big deal to us. And we've got that, and we've got the marathon, and we've got something else coming up later in the year with some other people who are awesome on kind of in the autism space. So there's things we're doing. There's people we need on the podcast that we need to get messages back to. One today, need to message him back in a minute. Absolute legend, fucking hilarious as well. So we need to just get a grip. But it's hard.
Yeah.
Because we're so fucking busy. Sorry, I'll stop fucking moaning now. But again, if you want to wait for free, let us know.
Oh, you're trying to say your life is harder than mine?
No, it's not.
Because it's not a competition.
It's not a competition, but if it was, I'd win.
Absolutely.
Okay, mate. I enjoyed that.
It's good.
That was good. Guys, join the Discord, join the Facebook group, join the Stim and Whistle for £4 a month if you want to just have video chats with us every weekend. It's good fun. And everyone in there is just a legend. Please follow us on YouTube. Don't know if we mentioned that before.
Yes.
Please follow us on YouTube. Just go and subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. Like, turn the notifications off if you want, but just please give us a follow. It would mean the world. And again, if there's any investors out there that want to give us money, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you want to buy us a coffee.
Or if you just want to buy us a coffee, there's a link.
There is a
if
link.
you just want to buy us a brew.
Yeah.
I did notice somebody did go to buy me a coffee, and they put £3 in there, which is great, but it's only going to get one of us a coffee.
Oh.
So just saying, like,
cool.
If you're going to buy a coffee, buy us both one.
But thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
No, well,
thank you, mate.
Absolute pleasure. And, going back to start the conversation, we're all, as parents, we're all doing a great job, aren't we?
Yeah,
so just don't beat yourselves up. Keep going.
Everyone's doing grand. And if we say anything that triggers you, I always say this, like, intent matters.
100%.
I think intent matters.
100%.
If you hear something get said, and before you get in the comments, because it's hard enough to read all the comments in the messages anyway, so please comment if it's only worth commenting. If you think we've said something and our intent was to cause any kind of hurt or harm, then drop us a message and a comment. But if you think there was no malice or malintent at all, then don't bother.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, we do not want to hurt anyone's feelings.
100%. It's not why we started this at all.
Not at all. We just want to have fun, kind of have a laugh at our own expense, and hopefully make everybody feel a little bit better about the shit time that they might be having.
Yeah, that's it. It's here to help people, really, isn't it?
That's literally
it's here to kind of.
That's actually the only reason I enjoy it. We really enjoy this. The reason
we started this was to help dads because we're pretty shit at this sort of stuff, and just explain that you're not alone. Basically, if we're going to break it down into very, very simple terms, it's like you're a dad. It's really difficult. Your mates probably don't get it. Your family probably don't get it. We understand. Don't beat yourself up. Life's going to carry on. You're going to get through this. Yep. That is literally, in very, very simple terms, what this podcast is about. And the fact that we've got, mums on board, we've got grandparents, carers, people that work, specialists, it's just the icing on the cake.
Yep.
So there's nothing here that is said deliberately with malice or anything else like that.
All love, baby.
It's all love.
All love. Okay, mate. Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure.
All right. Thank you, mate.
No problem.
See you later, guys. Love you all.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.